I welcome you to today's class. I want to take this time to appreciate everyone who has watched one video or the other on this channel. I want to thank you so much for subscribing. I want to thank you for sharing. I want to thank you for liking, for your comment. I appreciate you, and I still want to encourage you to keep watching, keep sharing, continue to like and make your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much. Welcome to today's biology class. The topic we are learning is diffusion. Let's start by defining what diffusion is. Diffusion is the movement of molecules of substances. You can equally say it is the movement of ions of substances from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. What does this mean? It means that when you have a substance that is containing many molecules, it is possible for those molecules to move where you have them in higher quantity to the region where few or there are no molecules of such a substance. Let's look at this diagram. This diagram expatiates, this diagram illustrates what diffusion summarily means. The movement of molecules of substances from here where we have higher concentration of the molecules of this to this region where the molecules are less. Diffusion can occur in all the three states of matter. Diffusion can occur in solid, it can occur in liquid, it can equally occur in gases. Could you believe that in your daily activities you unconsciously carry out this process called diffusion? After dressing up in the morning, you spray your body spray. You do this in your room. Before you know it, people in the sitting room perceive the smell. You have simply carried out diffusion in gases. From your bottle, you have the higher concentration of this gas. By the time you spray it, there will be movement of that molecules in the air, and it continues to spread until it spreads to everywhere it can go to. You have simply performed diffusion. It can also occur in solid. You have one time or the other put a spoonful of beverage in water. Before you know what is happening, the whole water has turned from colorless and pick up the color of your beverage. You have simply performed diffusion. Let's see some of the factors that affect the rate of diffusion. Factors that will cause diffusion either to occur fast or to occur slowly. Number one is temperature. When temperature is high, the rate of diffusion is high because the molecules will be energized and they will be able to move very fast. Another one is concentration gradient. Concentration gradient. The higher the concentration, the faster the rate of diffusion. Another one is molecular size. Size of the molecules in question. If you have a bigger size, the rate of diffusion will be slower compared to a smaller size. Another one is state of matter. This is talking about whether it is a solid, it is a liquid, it is a gas. In gas, diffusion will occur faster than in liquid, and liquid will occur faster than in solids. This results from the packaging of the molecules. Remember that the molecules of solid are tightly held together. Liquid, they are moderately held together, while that of gaseous materials are loosely packed so they can move freely. And that is why state of matter is another key factor that dictates whether diffusion will occur faster or not. Lastly, I'm going to be talking about the surface area of the molecules. If the surface area of the molecule is small, the rate of diffusion will be small. If the surface area is big, the rate of diffusion will be faster. Let me quickly run through the factors that determine the rate of diffusion. We have temperature, we have concentration gradient, we have molecular size, we have state of matter, and we have surface area of molecules. Now let's see life applications of diffusion. Life applications of diffusion. How has diffusion made living possible for living organisms? Of what importance, apart from putting beverage in water, apart from putting potassium permanganate in water, apart from spraying your body, what are the life applications of diffusion? Let's say first, life application of diffusion in plants. The movement of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere into the leaves through the stomata during photosynthesis. Don't forget that plants manufacture their food. Carbon dioxide they need for the production of this food is in the atmosphere. How will it get into the plant? How will it get into the leaves where photosynthesis will take place? It is by diffusion that you have carbon dioxide from the atmosphere entering into the leaves through the stomata for plants to manufacture their food, the food that animals depend on directly or indirectly. Another application of diffusion in plants is the removal of oxygen from the leaves of plants during photosynthesis. In the photolysis of water, there is production of oxygen, which is a byproduct, which is an excretory product. It can't stay within the plant cells. They must be removed. It is by diffusion that you have this oxygen removed from plants during photosynthesis so that the plant can stay alive. Another application is transpiration, that is the removal of excess water from plants in form of gas. Your plant is anchored to the ground, and as long as they are anchored to the ground, they continue to take in water. They take in water at times more than they needed. So the excess water are removed in form of gas and they diffuse out of the plant to the atmosphere, and that is transpiration. Another one is the spread of scent in flowering plants, the insect pollinator. Another one is the movement of oxygen into plants during respiration, especially when the light intensity is low or in the night. Plant taking oxygen for respiration in the night, and it is by diffusion. And the removal of carbon dioxide from plants during respiration, it is also by diffusion. Another one is the movement of carbon dioxide into plants during the day for respiration, and the removal of oxygen from plant cells during respiration during the day. All of these are life applications of diffusion in plants. Now, life application of diffusion in animals. Acquisition of oxygen. Oxygen is around us. We get this oxygen from the environment into our body through diffusion. When you breathe in, it is by diffusion that you have oxygen diffused. You have oxygen spread into your blood capillaries. Number 2, acquisition of food materials or digested food by fetus through the placenta. This occurs in a pregnant woman. When a woman is pregnant, the baby in her womb depends on the food materials from the mother. It is after the mother have finished eating, the food get digested, that you have this food moved into the baby through the placenta. So it is by diffusion that you have digested food moved from the bloodstream of the mother passing through the placenta onto the fetus. Another life application is the removal of waste product from the fetus into the mother's bloodstream. It is also by diffusion that you have this happen. The waste materials move from the umbilical cord, pass through the placenta, and then discharged into the mother's bloodstream. Acquisition of oxygen by fetus in the mother's womb, and also the removal of carbon dioxide from the baby, all are by the process known as diffusion. Gaseous exchange in the alveoli is by diffusion. You have oxygen coming and you have carbon dioxide diffused out. I want to believe that you have enjoyed today's class and a new thing has been added to what you have known before. If so, don't forget to share with your friends. If you have not subscribed, please do so that you won't miss the next class, and don't forget to comment.